Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this Veteran's Opinion. All I ask everyone is if you please watch the entire video, watch the video till the end. Like and subscribe to the channel. We're a brand new channel. We're trying to grow. Today, the article I want to share with everyone is the veteran homelessness increased by 7.4% in 2023. And that's from the 2023 Veteran Pit Count results, which is a point in time that data reveals a significant need for affordable housing among veterans. I've also put a link to this down in the description, so you can go into the description, click on the link, and pull up the article also if you want to read it yourself. In this article, which is from December 15th by Monica Diaz. She's the executive director for VA Homeless Programs Office. In this article, we'll get a deeper look behind the numbers, when the need outpaces the resources, what the numbers don't show, the work ahead, and learn about VA programs. The Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, announced the results of the 2023 point-in-time PIT count, the annual effort to estimate the number of Americans, including veterans, without permanent housing. The data showed that on a single night in January of 2023, there were 35,574 veterans who experienced homelessness in the U.S. This reflects a 7.4% increase in the number of veterans experiencing homelessness in 2022. Despite these increases, there is still an overall downward trend in veteran homelessness. The estimated number of veterans experiencing homelessness in the U.S. has declined by 52% since 2010. With the last 3 years alone, there have been approximately a 4% overall reduction in veteran homelessness. As with prior years, advocates for ending homelessness among veterans have eagerly awaited these results, anticipating it would show the late stage effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the gradual end of the pandemic era projections. Now, let's take a deeper look. Looking deeper at the data, we see that the veterans counted 2,067 experienced sheltered homelessness, which was an increase of 502 veterans, or 2.6% from 2022. There were 15,507 experienced unsheltered homelessness, which is an increase of 1,943 veterans, or 14.3% from 2022. Unsheltered veterans represented nearly 80% of the overall increase. Veterans who experience sheltered homelessness often live in emergency shelters, transitional housing programs, or other supportive settings. In contrast, veterans who experience unsheltered homelessness live in places not meant for human habitation, such as cars, parks, sidewalks, abandoned buildings, and literally on the streets. The experience of homelessness alone is already harmful to veterans' whole health, mind, body, and soul. However, unsheltered homelessness among veterans is even worse, with research demonstrating that unsheltered individuals often report more significant negative health conditions than those of who are sheltered. VA and our federal partners have made supporting unsheltered veterans a top priority, both as part of 2023 homelessness goals and the All Inside initiative. As of October 2023, VA has already engaged with 34,498 unsheltered veterans to ensure they access to the shelter and housing resources they need. This has exceeded the VA's goal to engage with 28,000 unsheltered veterans by 123.2%, which is great. Not enough, but it's great. Behind the numbers, we are currently analyzing the PIT count data to identify reasons for the increase in veterans' homelessness. In the meantime, we know that different factors likely contributed. Housing affordability, according to the National Low Income Housing Coalition, the GAP report for 2022, only 36 rental homes are affordable and available for every 100 extremely low income renter household in the U.S. Consequently, even veterans who receive housing vouchers may have difficulty using them in high cost regions with housing shortages. The end of COVID-related supports during the COVID-19 pandemic, numerous states and localities successfully expanded their emergency shelter capacity through hotels and motels due to an increased resources and regulatory flexibilities. However, communities began decreasing the use of hotels when COVID-19 public health emergency ended, and many stopped providing non-congregative shelters altogether. Additionally, policies and resources that prevented evictions helped millions of households and contributed to fewer people entering the homelessness, according to Princeton University Eviction Lab. There were 58% fewer evictions in 2020 and 2021 than pre-pandemic. While the investments in eviction preventions have kept eviction filings well below historical averages for nearly 2 years since the Center for Disease Control eviction moratorium ended, eviction filings in many communities appear to have returned to pre-pandemic levels. Now, when the need outpaces the resources, bottom line, more veterans needed homelessness assistance resources than the existing capacity could help. The downstream impact can be seen in the VA's goal to house 38,000 veterans in 2022, which the VA actually exceeded by housing over 40,000 veterans. Despite these efforts, veteran homelessness has still increased by the 7.4% increase. Furthermore, overall homelessness increased by 12%, a larger increase than among veterans. We're confident that the rise in veteran homelessness would have been worse if not for the significant actions taken to house more veterans in 2022. What the numbers don't show is, notably, the 2023 PIT count results do not reflect the significant actions we've taken this year to support homeless and at-risk veterans. This past March, VA announced its 2023 goals for preventing and ending veteran homelessness, and we're making great progress. Over 38,847 more veterans have been housed as of October 31st, 2023, surpassing our goal 2 months earlier than projected. This year has also expanded access to health care for homeless veterans, expanded access to legal assistance for homeless veterans, helped more than 145,000 veterans and their families retain their homes and avoid foreclosure, and awarded more than $1 billion in grant funding to help homeless veterans. The work ahead. One veteran experiencing homelessness is one too many, let alone 35,574. We're at a pivotal moment in the national housing and homelessness crisis, and the solutions are clear. Double down on our work to prevent veterans from becoming homeless in the first place. Connect homeless veterans to permanent housing with supportive services. Establish an effective shelter system to support veterans and their families. Increase the supply of affordable housing. Strengthen tenant protections and reduce evictions. In collaboration with the U.S. Insurgency Council on Homelessness, HUD, and the Department of Labor and other federal and local partners, VA will continue to execute evidence-based approaches such as Housing First to prevent and end homelessness among veterans. We won't rest until every veteran has a safe, stable, accessible, and affordable home, and no veteran experiences the tragedy and indignity of homelessness ever again. Learn about the VA programs. If you're a veteran who is homeless or at risk for homelessness, call the National Call Center for Homeless Veterans at 877 4 AID VET, 877 424 3838. And then there's some links on here. If you follow the link I provided, you'll be able to click on those links and get more information. We don't help each other, no one else is. So let's be neighbors and try to help each other.